very last song on the album is going to be a tune that is working titled as Big Life.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one. I feel like that one's going to be on the radio.
This is a really, really great song. Starts out with a keyboard riff that is, again, very Infamous-like.
It's a little bit more of like this ethereal, a little bit of cryptic lyric type of song. How would you say it? With kind of like a hopeful feel to it.
And the opening line, what if I told you I could live a whole life in the length of one song, is that kind of capitalizes the song as a whole.
I feel like it's like peppy, you can get into like anybody's, like spirit, and yeah, that one's gonna, I don't know why, I just have a feeling about that one.
So it's just one of those songs that you listen to and it just puts a smile on your face. You may not be able to pinpoint why, but it does. It just kind of lifts you up.
Big Life was inspired by a lot of artists that I wouldn't normally kind of put through my filter and then back out into the world, like Florence and the Machine, or Josh Groban, or Sleeping at Last, that US artist that I've been listening to a lot the last 2 years.
I absolutely love how it just keeps growing. Like the vocal line, it just keeps growing and growing and growing until you get to this big climax. And it's one of those fun things that we also got to do when doing the harmonies. It's like support that growing of the song and that finding the climax portion.
It's a very ambient piece where it again capitalizes very much on the quartet, and it's in a major key, which doesn't happen often in Infamous music.
There were places where I got heavy-handed with the arrangements, and he rebuffed me at almost every turn. Didn't listen to a word I said. That's not true. I should mention also that there are two bass players on this record, Connor Miskman, that we talked about earlier, and Cody Ruin, who came in kind of mid-project. And he played a great track on this. Really, it's simple, but it's just exactly what it needed to be. And it's got a great sound. Cody's got a really great kind of metal vibe about the way he plays, and the sound of the guitar is really great. So I appreciated that.
No guitar solo, no solos, just a journey. It's very wordy as to lots of lyrics to memorize.
We were sitting in the studio one day and Daniel said, I'm not happy with the last verse of this song. And so we sat and kind of labored through the last 3 lines. And normally when I work with artists, I do a lot of either co-writing or just helping to kind of refine things, lyrics, music, whatever. So this was my first opportunity to do that with the Infamous, and the fact that Daniel has, he's very organized and he knows exactly what he wants to hear, and the songs don't need a bunch of work, and the song lyrically deals with being in the world or being in the universe and what our part of is in that.
It's not about any one person, it's about people as a collective, and it's about us kind of taking the next step. But whatever that next step is up to the audience discretion.
Right, so the last 3 lines were inspired by a quote from Maya Angelou. One of the lines is that there's more that connects us than keeps us apart. And then in one of the last 3 lines, also talking about bursting into stardust. It's our time to shine, which was a really interesting image for the end of the song. In that we kind of emerge out of who we are into becoming part of the universe. And I'm rambling on here. And I have to say I appreciate the trust that Daniel put in me to allow me to help him to write those last few lines. I hope I didn't dictate too much in that situation. I often do, but no, I'm proud of that work. I'm proud of all of it, but I think this song has a real message in it, and so I like it a bunch.
It's gonna be on the radio.
Fingers crossed it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you want more footage of
Like, why? Like that. Did you get one? Oh, I'll do it again. Woo.
It's still rolling, by the way.
Doing something I'd never otherwise do. Everybody knows me to be so not that way.
We're done. We're done the record. Fucking color the shit in, finish the board. I'll do one, you do one. Well, that only took 3 years to fill in that board.